Hey guys, Lauren here. I got another support video for you today, though this one will be a little different from what I normally do. We're going to look at a couple games, and I'm going to talk about my thought process on how to play the support role. So I see there's a lot of guides out there for supports that show, okay, this is the loadout you should bring, or, this is how you do the power management, but I don't really know of any guides that go through like the thought process on how to play support. So I thought I'd do something. I've seen a bunch of new baby supports in the queue lately, so I thought I'd throw out another video to go with the basic support video that I did a while back. So, yes, we'll do one game on NR and one game on Empire because playing the supports for both factions is a little bit different. And also, just to know, these are actual scrims that my team Severed Prime did against another team, Cavern Angels Blue. These were recent scrims, and we are using modifiers for the the capital ships and the flagships, and the player ships as well. So if things seem a little weird, they don't act like they would in their ranked matches. That's why the cap ships have been buffed up, and some of the players' stuff has been buffed up, some has been toned down a bit. And I can put what the modifiers are in Discord if you're not sure what they are. They're the ones that are used for SEL for the season 7 mods anyways. But yeah, so these are serious scrims, so you'll get to see what it's like being a support and comp player. Maybe this will help you in your support play as well. So let's start with the first one. We'll be on NR.
Actually, it was
And we're on Foster.
but Hod, it was your guys' tag was big 16.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, it was 16-bit.
So I'm the support.
It was when we were
And alright, so I'll stop here real quick. So one thing I noticed that a lot of supports tend to do is they will start with their power maxed in shields to boost your because being a support you need shields to help you survive and do your job. I actually prioritize putting power in engines so that I can max my boost as fast as possible, because you need boost to survive a little more than you need shields. Like, you can have shields, but if you don't have boost, you're not moving very fast. So they'll still be able to get ions on you and take your shields out and kill you. So I always like to prioritize the boost. And then while I'm drifting around, I will charge my shields. Wait, what was it? Crimson Wings? Did they get? Also notice I'm bringing marks and resupply. I know some supports like to use the tack shield instead of the marks, but I feel marks are like super important with damage output. So, okay. First thing we're doing is the flex on our team tell me what they want the marks to go on, like which player. Either it's a bomber, if we're NR, it tends to be the Reaper, since the Reaper is the easiest kill, but this time we're going for a bomber first. And then the main thing that I do in the open, like my number one priority, is making sure that the bombers, the Y Wings, stay alive, because Y Wings are pretty easy kills. And I will pocket the Y Wings, and I will also burn the shields on the Raiders.
I'm with you on it.
When I see you,
Oh, what a dodge.
the Y Wings need to be able to farm in the open, because that is the biggest morale gain, or the best way to get morale in the open. So the bombers are fine. I'm moving to the Raider. It's already stripped, so I'm marking it so that the flex can burn it faster. So normally, if you look at the morale, we've almost got the flip. So if the Y wings weren't in trouble, which they are because I'm in comms with them, I can hear them. They've got people on them. Normally at this point, I would start moving in to get the marks on the LBJ, but I have to keep the Y wings alive. Otherwise, we're not gonna get the flip. And sadly, Quinn does go down here, even though I gave her resupply, so that kind of stunts that. But we get the raider. So now I'm okay. So I resupped Todd. So since I know we're about to go on attack, I want to make sure that the Flex players have ion missiles so that they can easily strip the um the shields off the frigates. So a lot of times, a lot of times, yeah, Flex players may not be paying too close attention to their rocks count, and they'll be like, "Oh, I'm on attack. I'm going to strip the shields, but I ran out of missiles. I need missiles." So at that point, it's kind of too late. They should have been calling for it earlier. So I just got in the habit of giving Flex resupplies before the phase flips to make sure they're fully stocked. I could also like call out and ask them if they need it, but at this point we're so close I just threw it out there, and Plant wasn't really in trouble at the time. The other Y Wing. So I figured it was okay. Now I gotta save Plant.
I killed an AI.
And we've almost got the flip. I'm not gonna use marks because we've almost got the flip and we want marks for the attack. Okay, so at this point we've won the open. Yeah, but I only have one resupply left. So one thing I've noticed, some support dudes, they're like, "Oh, I've only got one resupply, or I'm all out of resupplies. I need to go back." Even all right, we won the flip. I'm gonna go back and like get resupplies before going in. But I actually prioritize marks first because if I can get the marks in, that allows my team to do a lot more damage while I'm going back to resupply. So, and then by the time I come back, the marks have worn off and I can just reapply them again. So, getting damage in as quick as possible on your offense is really important. So, and you see I'm moving in before the phase had finished flipping because I want to make sure I get in as soon as possible with the marks. And I'm helping to strip shields. So Hod called for a resupply, so that was my last resupply. I'm gonna run back and get more resubs now because the shield's been stripped and they can do their damage. I'll be back.
Missile down to Delta.
So they're doing damage right now. The farmers are using their goals to strip the turrets. Don't die, I'm still resubbing.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm reminding them that I'm not with them because I'm resubbing.
It's gonna be slow. I'm out of torps.
I'm coming back. So the Flex need ammo so that they can do more damage. The bombers might be pulling out right now to prep for defense. Oh, never mind. So now we are on defense. So what I want to do is look for a target to mark. Usually the support. Though sadly the Flex weren't in position to get the kill
I still need a resub.
or to attack. So I'm gonna go and work the Raider shields after I resub a couple people. Sagan called for resub
Okay. I got
first,
missiles.
but Platt is a farmer and we're on defense, and she needs the oxes more than he does currently. So I get Platt first,
Fine.
and now I'm gonna get Sagan, and now I'm gonna help with the Raider.
On these?
Look, I'll even mark the Raider for you out there.
Hell yeah.
Oh, lucky you. Look at that. Say.
So since I have ion primaries, I can't really do much OBJ, so I go and start looking for somebody to pressure since the bombers don't need any help at the moment.
Jesus fucking Christ, that damage. On these?
It's okay if we can hold them to single loop.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I just resupply people in the middle. So we're almost there. Okay. So we got the flip. We're going in now. I'm gonna mark the one with more health because it doesn't make sense to mark the one with low health. We probably could have gotten the oop, but we decided not to. We decided to save it for the dupe.
Sagan wants it next.
Sagan's getting the last one I
Yeah, rain on me.
So I got the marks off, and I'm prioritizing the flex for the resupplies on offense because they're the ones with the torps. They do more damage than the Y-Wings do. So now that I'm all out, I'm going back to get more
For now,
resups.
just keep it like that for now. I need oh wait, no, you
I
said
probably could have stayed in and remarked the frigate
What is
before going back,
Lauren, I'm coming back to reseps. Which
I just
oh,
suddenly
you're on.
lag.
but I didn't. I think we end up getting it out of phasable anyway.
Lord, please.
I know.
Hey, check radar, check radar.
And since the flip is close to happening, I decided to just go back and grab that one.
Slow up damage, slow up damage.
Raiders at 30.
And
Raiders
like
at
the
30.
damage is pretty good. We've got the dupe,
Stop
so
it.
they don't really need my help at the moment. So I go back and pick up the last resup since the phase is about to flip. So we're gonna lose
Barrage.
both of the frigates because they left the raider up. Because we weren't really paying too much attention to that. We should have been watching the raider more. So instead of blowing through, we're PKing because we think that the raider won't take it,
Nice.
but the raider will. It'll get, I think, Delta first.
Sagan, you
Delta's
need
lowest, or is it Charlie? One of them's gonna go down in like a second. Oh, you went behind the wall.
Okay,
It went through.
yeah, it went through.
So we decide
Kick this over and
to
Barrage.
since the raider's still up. Actually, I took the raider, but we're still gonna go through because just
otherwise
indecisiveness at the
situation
time.
that we
But we're gonna go through. We're gonna get a gen.
They killed that Corvette.
Since the raider is down,
then they can just
so they have to farm to flip the face. So we do have a little bit of time to get a gen.
Let's,
I hear you. I hear you.
So I need to get in with the marks. I'm gonna mark. I'm almost there.
right side, by the way. We're burning right.
And then I'm gonna try to reset. I don't think he's gonna get it because he went back under the shield. And then I'm gonna back out and get resupplies to the farmers. I think
raider immediately.
If you're anywhere near me,
taking cold for resup. But the farmers are in a good position to farm since we're ahead, and they'll catch the packs coming in. I give Plaid a resup, and then I gotta go back.
Twin, there's some AI on you. I put multi-locks out on them.
Raiders.
And they don't necessarily need the raider or the marks on the raider currently because they're like on it already.
All we got to do is defend this thing.
Yeah.
Then we got it. As long as we have good positioning.
Why am I being fucking offensively PK'd? Get a life.
Alright, so I'm back out.
Hod, stay
alive. I gotta go rescue Hod because he's almost dead. They're working on the raider though. It's about to go down.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit.
Though they did push through. They are gonna go through on the MC.
Yep, Torps out.
On these.
Gonna hold them.
3, 2, 1.
You can probably go in, Lore.
Alright. Yeah, since we're ahead, well, not ahead, but since we're about to flip, I'm gonna actually move into the ISD before the phase happens so that I'm there when the phase flips and I don't have to waste time trying to get to the ISD. So another thing that I end up doing here is one of the flex let me know that they are behind and they're not going to be able to get in to disable the shield, but I have ion primaries, so I can take care of that. So I get the marks out and I'm able to disable the shield while the other flex disables the other shield. So both shields are now disabled and we can now go to town on the ISD.
Want me to come out with in an X-wing?
Yes.
So on ISD attack, I go, if the shield needs disabling, I do that first, and then I go for power, assuming power hasn't already been taken by flex, and then my power got kind of screwy over here. So I resupply people, make sure marks stay out on the ISD, and then I think I go for targeting here because that makes it a little easier for us to take down the ISD.
There's no weak points up top. There's one up
I'm
top.
also looking for weak points to make sure we get them all to burn this thing fast because the flip is coming in soon. Although we're planning to out of phase this
Down to 26. We can do
because we won't be able to defend the MC.
There's another weak spot.
Marks
down
out.
to 11, 10.
So I'm gonna
Pretty much
go back up
We're
top
destroyed.
again to make sure there's no more weak points up
risky.
top.
I'm gonna fire this torp at the back.
We can also get the.
But we
oh,
get
there we go.
Beautiful.
the kill and the out of phase.
Nicely done.
Clean.
Hey, Miranda.
Support lead, let's go.
That was clean. It could have been a little bit better, but it was clean.
You know,
It was
the
a clean
only
win.
thing we could
So there's one
truly
thing
pay attention to
that
and we could have pulled off
I hope you guys noticed, and that was I didn't get attacked very
but
often.
that's it. That's really it, I think.
Yeah.
We had
I
good
took
positioning
no
for the
deaths,
rest of that.
and I didn't really get attacked. That's because I'm in a U-wing. So let's see. When you fly the Reaper, it'll be a different story, a much different story. So the U-wing, they didn't attack the U-wing because U-wing's like actually really difficult to kill if you're evasive in it. The Reaper, on the other hand, is actually a pretty easy kill, and you'll see that. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the Empire game, and then we'll take a look at that, and you'll see how I fly differently on Empire versus the New Republic. Okay, so here we are. We're starting the Empire game. This one's on Yavin. So there's no cover for me to hide behind. It's open, and I'm gonna be very vulnerable. So if you remember from the U-wing video, I kind of just flew in, didn't really care, got in deep. This one, I don't do that so much because I'm not sure. I assume that they're going to attack me first. They actually don't because they probably figured I was going to be hanging back a little bit. They actually get a kill on Platt here in the open real quick.
On these.
Marks out.
Tune. Yeah, there it is. They went after Platt instead of me in the open because they probably figured that I wasn't going to be coming in.
Here's the other Y.
So I actually don't take too much pressure.
I see you, Quinn.
So I feel safe to fly in a bit, so I can resupply the other bomber since he needs to stay alive. And then I'll also work the Corvette shields.
I'm on these.
I'll
I got multis on this.
mark our
I'm being very cautious though because the enemy flex can turn on me really quickly.
We need to do our own raider kill to offset.
Yeah, probably.
Can you strip
Right,
force it?
so I strip the raider for the flex, and then I'd start taking pressure, I believe. We
Let's
get
keep farming.
Doug's iced again.
soon, anyways. I'll have a missile shot at me.
I see you, Hod.
Need a resupply as well. I'm gonna help with raider burn.
Yeah, now I've got them shooting at me because they see we're about to win the open, so they're trying to stop me from going in to mark the flagship.
I've got pressure already.
On these.
Although the flip is a little slow. Is it gonna go to time? I forgot. Are we actually gonna get it? I think it's gonna go to time.
I'm on these.
So it's a mostly full. So I go in immediately because I kind of need to.
If not,
No, I'm getting Charlie first.
So alright. So one of my bombers called for resupply, but I went for the marks first because the marks were kind of important there. I wanted to make sure I got them out before I died, and now I'm trying to stay alive, which I failed to do because the enemy flex are on me.
I'm down.
Roger.
Sorry.
And the Reaper is really easy to kill.
Strip on Charlie front.
had like 4 of them shooting me. My gosh.
That's why their flip's so slow.
So when I die, I watch
are
the
burning
tactical map so I can like report on what's happening that the other the rest of my team may not see. So right there, I tell them that they're burning the raider, which lets them know that the flip is gonna happen soon. So the bombers are coming out,
Quinn, you're too close.
especially since they're damaged and they need a reset before.
I'm at 8 lore.
Odds also almost dead,
Come back to
so I
me.
gotta
There we go.
go
Okay.
save him.
Y'all looping that?
Take it, take it.
And there goes the flip.
And then we'll go straight to Raider.
On these?
Yep.
So
Those are yours.
the call was to go straight to Raider. I look for the Raider, but the Raider is just a little too
Start working
close
on the shield.
to the Nebulon, so I'm waiting for it to get a little closer because I don't want to die and throw. So now it's a little farther away, so I mark it and start helping to strip the shields. Now the flip is actually coming in very fast, so I don't really need to put PK pressure out on people. What I need to
Just gonna
do
head in.
is to put as much distance between myself and the enemy flex so that I can get the marks out and do a little bit of supporting
I'm at
before
10.
they kill me.
Marks are not gonna be out yet.
And you see how close I was to the frigate. I was like
10-ish.
within 1,000 meters before the danger zone went away.
Need a resupply?
I'm done.
And I get dunked because their flex are good. I
Marks
do
are
manage
out.
to get the marks out, but I don't
Yeah,
think I get to resupply anybody before I die.
Dumped again. Down.
Chat for you? I don't know. Oh, yeah, that didn't even matter.
No worries, Lord.
I was on your tail.
Which is a good play for them because the bombers are going to take a bunch of chip damage and they'll need to fall back and stop doing OBJ.
All right, I have to fall back.
But
Focus
we
on
still manage
No missiles,
to get
no nothing.
the thing low enough. Do we push through here?
Yeah, you got lasers.
Yeah,
Everybody-
we decide to push
everybody
through here.
collapse on
We
one.
decide to push through and get a gen. I'm out currently. They're going to be without
I'm
marks,
backing
but
out.
they still get the gen in the end
Refund. I got a missile.
because everybody's collapsing on the same gen.
I got a refund.
Still
I'm
right?
trying to get to them because, as you can see, a couple of them are nearly dead.
fast enough.
Oh, Plant died.
Click out from,
I gotta get Quinn because she's the only bomber on the field now, and we're on defense, so she needs to farm.
I just threw out a reset.
I might be.
But I think Quinn is
Be lost
currently okay. Yeah, she's okay. It was hot. That was dying. So I'm watching Quinn to make sure that the enemy flex don't try to kill her too, but they don't because they're actually kind of behind since they still gotta burn through 2 cruisers, so they're probably doing the right thing by focusing on damage.
There's one that might be behind you.
And then I go and strip the raider to stop
stripping
to help kill it and stop the passive damage coming in from the raider. It's marked. We're gonna flip so fast that I'm not gonna have marks for the offense, but I'm still gonna get in to help brute the shields down.
Drift compatible.
Raider flip.
You see I'm like heading in way before the flip happens
Marks are on
because
cooldown still.
I don't want those flex to catch up to me.
That means we're brute forcing?
So we're brooding down the shields instead of going for a gen because marks are down and there's not that much to brute. So
I'm at 15. I'm high above the MC. I need help.
Hold on.
Awesome.
One.
so I try to save Quinn. Doesn't happen. It's okay.
He's got the oop done. Get power quickly, unless we want to defend
Holy
this.
shit, this flip.
Yeah, that's.
Reset. Thank
Yep,
you.
missile for power.
Plat, fall back. Plat, fall back.
So we think that
Raider flips.
there, for some reason, Cab's farm comes in pretty slow here.
There's 2 on the back.
So that's actually good for us because that buys us just enough time to kill the flagship. As you can see, the damage really came in really quickly because we got some weak points.
Holy shit.
And my priority on Empire is keeping people alive as much as possible on the flagship offense since bombers and TIE fighters a little more are not as sturdy because they don't have any shields.
Down right there.
But yeah, there it is.
Shit.
Did they get both cruisers or just one?
They ooped one of them.
So as you can see, they killed me a lot easier on Empire than they did on NR because the Reaper is just that easy to kill. So, but I was able to put a lot of distance in between uh myself and the flex, so that allowed me to get in to at least get the marks out and maybe throw out one resupply before they killed me. And that can make a big difference. Like if I wasn't able to get the marks out on the frigates, we wouldn't have been able to do as much damage as we did, and we wouldn't have been able to like get the first out of phase or push through to get the one shield gen on the first flagship offense. But yeah, that's kind of how I think throughout the game. And you see how I play Ewing versus a Reaper. So I hope that was somewhat helpful. And I do want to give props to Cab because they're a really good team, and I really enjoy scrimming them. And I enjoy the little friendly rivalry we have. And I know Rain streams. I think he's the only one that really streams on Cab. I'll throw his Twitch in my video description if you want to see some pretty top-notch flex play. Go check him out. So yeah, that's hope that kind of gave you a little more than just okay, this is the stuff you need to use, and then this is how I use the stuff that I need to use, and also how I fly so that I can use the stuff that I need to use. But yeah, if you got any more questions, feel free to drop a comment or hit me up in Discord or on Twitch when I'm streaming. Thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate you all, and I hope to see you again soon, either in Twitch or on another video, Discord, whatever. Yep. So take care.